want me to go hard, so I'm finna go hard. They want me to go far.
What's good, Chicago? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mike B, back with another video to talk some Chicago Bulls with you guys. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about two things: the Bulls clinching a play-in berth, and if is this season a success to you guys? Do you think the front office will deem this as a success going into the play-in, possibly winning it and getting a 7 to 8 seed, or losing? Um, then we're gonna talk about the play-in. Like, how do the Bulls fare up with those teams, and how confident I am in them being those other teams that are in the play-in. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So, the Bulls clinch the play-in berth, not on their own. They had some help. The Magic's loss, which end up being the key, and the Bulls clinched. They were supposed to beat the Hawks. They did not beat the Hawks without Trey Young. They fell flat on their faces, and but Bojan Bogdanovic went out there and torched the Bulls. Jalen Johnson had himself a game, probably one of his best games of the year against the Bulls. Really was dominating the Bulls on in the paint, grabbing rebounds and whatnot. And then they followed that up with another loss to the no to the Milwaukee Bucks with no Giannis, no Chris Middleton for a majority of the game. Bobby Portis went out there and put up 27 points and 15 rebounds. This game, it was a back and forth game all the way up to the fourth quarter, where I feel like the Bulls just ran out of gas and kind of gave up. And I feel like that's what they don't want to play anymore. And I just really see Billy send these guys down for a final game in the play-in, because this team just don't look like they got any fight left in them. I feel like they just waiting for it to get put out of their misery, and I think it's gonna come next week in the play-in. It's shocking as it say. I thought the Bulls were gonna do better this year. I know they didn't have Lonzo, but I still have faith that the Bulls can compete and get that 4 to 6 playoff spot. I thought we was in the same tier as the Cavaliers, the Knicks, the Heat, and the Brooklyn Nets. I didn't think we were gonna be fighting for a damn 10th seed, and it's crazy to me because I feel like somehow, some way, if the Bulls win the play-in and get a playoff spot, I think the front office would deem this as a successful season. And nothing about this season is a success. Like, could you say we when we trending up or we trending downwards? I think we trending downwards. Looking at what we ended last season off, we came out scorching hot. Lonzo Ball go down. We just trying to keep our head above water. Going to a playoff against the Milwaukee Bucks, we get smacked. All season, we know the biggest weakness on this team is shooting. We don't address it. We go through the first half just trying to keep our head above water. Still, there's no improvements. Nothing. Like, there's no trending upwards. Feel like we just staying there. Trade deadline come. Still don't address shooting. I feel like we get even worse in the second half. We win a couple of big games, but I feel like we still trending downwards. There's nothing happened in the second half that made me feel like we were trending upwards. So I can't look at this season and think it was a successful season. Especially we was 90% healthy. The only major injury we had was Javante Green. We already knew Lonzo probably wasn't going to come back. So we was relatively healthy, and we still managed to only win 38 fucking games. So no matter what happened in this play, unless we win a goddamn championship, this season is not a success. And if they deem this as a success, then we in for a rude awakening. Last topic is, how can the Bulls fare against these teams in the play-in? We got the Toronto Raptors, the Atlanta Hawks, and probably the Miami Heat or the Brooklyn Nets. Now, if we had the Brooklyn Nets, I'll feel more comfortable with the Bulls getting into that 7th seed, but that means the Bulls we got to beat the Raptors and potentially the Hawks or the Nets. All three of those teams gave Bulls the problem, including the Heat. So how confident are you in these Bulls team to beat those teams? First up, we got to get past the Raptors, a team that always give us problems with their length, the way they play defense, and their 3-point shooting. Even though they could get cold, I feel like with the Bulls failed to defend the three. And with a team like the Raptors who live and die by the three, it could get real ugly for this Bulls team, especially on the road. So my confidence level is at a 40% for this game for the Bulls to win. The only way I think the Bulls beat the Raptors is if somehow, some way the Raptors come out and fall flat on their face and they struggle from the 3-point line, then I think the Bulls can really take advantage of them. Other than that, I just don't see it. I when I look at this team, I feel like it's a team that they already they already know they defeated. They just trying to make it. They're trying to make a prove a point to us that it ain't what it seemed, but it is that. Like you're trying to show out and play for the fans, so we won't say anything negative about them. But I think they already took their fate on the chin. They really looking forward until next year. I'm not really confident that Vooch returns because you can go out and make money, but I think Vooch will probably want happiness as well. You know, there's a team that they go away from Vooch constantly, and Vooch can take that into consideration. And I don't think it's a 100% chance that he's back. If that's the case, he probably would have signed the extension already. So yeah, man, the Bulls got a lot of work to do, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do this offseason. If they go through another offseason without addressing the monkey in the room, 3-point shooting, man, oh man, it's gonna be tough next year again. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section about this Bulls team. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.